welcome back to Dallas Deliver. One very important part of keeping our neighborhood safe is keeping our neighborhood clean. With me are now City Manager, Ms. Mary Suhm, and Director of Code Enforcement, Forrest Turner. Ms. Suhm, code enforcement is so important to the preservation of our neighborhood and to the city of Dallas and code enforcement effort. Tell us a little about some of the changes.
Well, one of the things we have done is decentralize the code department completely. We believe that city employees, police officers, code inspectors, having ownership in a neighborhood and working in a neighborhood that they're responsible for produces better service for our citizens. And so now our code officers have an area that they're assigned to, that they're responsible for, that they're going to be accountable to, improving and that condition of that neighborhood. We're also adding staff, adding resources for mow clean, which is a real challenge this time of year when it's raining and everything's growing, and also looking at animal control, because one of the challenges in keeping a clean neighborhood is not having a lot of loose dogs running around too. So those are kind of major areas we're looking at.
Okay. So Forrest, give us your viewpoint.
Well, we're excited about the things Ms. Suhm talked about. We have district managers who have an area that they take ownership in. And the biggest focus we want to deal with is reaching our customers, treat the person that's calling in the violation and the person that has the violation as both customers that we want to serve.
Okay. So if an individual needs to call City Hall about these new changes, Mary, who should they call? How should they go about getting this information or find out more?
Well, they can contact Code directly, or they can call 311, which is really the best way to leave a message that they'd like to have some more information, or they would like to have a Code folks in their area come talk to their homeowners association or their crime watch meeting. I think it's really good to have those relationships and those contacts with those individual officers that will be within their neighborhoods. Okay,
you talked a little about the changes in the district managers. Who give us just a little about that?
Well, we have a manager that's responsible for an area. So right now we have 5 geographic areas in the city. As you know, in Council District 7, we are in Southeast Dallas primarily. And one piece we're really excited about is dedicated neighborhood code representatives. And these are the people, there are 3 in each area, who are going to go door to door if they need to, or meet with a neighborhood association or civic group to see where they can work out problems and get the city and the neighbors to work together.
And we want to be sure that folks understand that we're here for code enforcement, but we're also here for education.
Okay.
What do our codes require? How high is your grass allowed to get? What kind of fences can you have? Because we can't do all of this by ourselves, and we need the neighbors engaged with us, helping us out, helping with their neighbors, so that we have a clean, safe city to live in.
And last, when you talk about education, Mary, what are some of the things? Are you going to be doing materials, door-to-door hangers? What are some of the things you're going to be doing?
Doing door hangers, going to be meeting with homeowners associations, going to have newsletters. That needs to be a constant process of reminding people what the issues are and what they can do to help us enforce those issues. Now, the council has been really, this has been high on your list, and we're trying to pay a great deal of attention to it. So the council members give us information too, and can give us feedback on where we need to touch base with neighbors to inform them about what's going on.
Tell us, where do you see the city headed in the next couple of years? Where would you like to take the city of Dallas?
Well, I think the city council and the mayor are directing the city in the most amazing way. I think it's going to be a safe city. It's going to be a clean city. It's going to be a city with new development and new growth. It's going to be the place everybody wants to be.
Thank you, City Manager Mary Suhm, and thank you, Forrest Turner, for being both my guests today. I'm talking with members of law enforcement when Dallas Deliver District 7 update continue here on City Channel 16. Public safety is one of the most important responsibilities of city government. With me now are our Chief of Police, Chief David Kunkle, and Deputy Assistant Chief Patricia Paulhill. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Chief Kunkle, give us an overview of where the Dallas Police Force is headed today.
Yes, ma'am. The council has been very supportive, and we're hiring lots of additional officers. Our intent this year is to hire 200 officers above attrition, which will mean we'll have hired about 400 officers in the last 4 years. We've already hired 400 officers, so the department is growing dramatically.
Okay.
We're working hard to improve our response times, our visibility, working in partnerships with neighborhood association and business groups to make all these communities safer. We have seen 7 years in a row of violent crime reductions, and at the end of this year should have 5 years in a row of overall crime reductions.
Very good. Can you give me just a little overview about community policing?
Yes, ma'am. What we try to do is work in partnership, and we want our officers to be problem solvers and to not just to focus around crime, but also those conditions that contribute to crime. And so a lot of it is designed to build neighborhoods and their infrastructure and how they work together and can communicate with us. And it also is, we want strong partnerships with other city departments, particularly code enforcement, because you find as neighborhoods aesthetics improve, then everyone takes more care of their neighborhood. They report more crime, and the criminals just don't feel as comfortable operating.
I do agree with you. Chief Paulhill, tell me a little how the community can work with the police department. How do they work together hand in hand?
As a police department, of course, our most important asset is the community that we serve. So as a community, we want our citizens to get involved. We want them to actually be the eyes and ears of our department. It's very important if they report what they see. We want them to take a stand of what they will and will not tolerate in their neighborhood. And that's one of the most important ways that they can help us, is just be active and involved in their neighborhood. And
you said report what they see. Do you have a number that they call?
Of course, if it's an emergency situation, they need to call 911. Okay. If it's a systemic problem that we need to work on over time, or something that's not an emergency, of course there are other avenues such as 311 that they can report those type of incidents to.
So how do the code enforcement and law enforcement work together?
What we have done, where I think has really been successful, when we go in as a team, and they clean up the trash and abandoned houses, and then we make sure that there is good, strong law enforcement, which is supported by the community. But we really work with them a lot on a whole variety of different issues. But the abandoned houses, the red tagging of houses, are really important to us.
Right, and we've started the Red Tag program back again, so you'll be working a lot on that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Chief David Kunkle, for being my guest today. Thank you, Chief Paulhill. If you have any questions concerning District 7, feel free to call my office at Dallas City Hall. My number is 214-670-4689. Also, you can visit the City of Dallas website for more information. Remember, you and I can make a difference in the lives and people of District 7.